That is how you do a monster movie. So A Quiet Place is directed and starring Jim Halpert, Emily Smoke-a-Blunt, Milicent Simmonds, and Noah Jupe, or Jupy, set in the post-apocalypse where these creatures have apparently wiped out most of humanity, but they've also probably wiped out most of wildlife. So the film opens up basically with a day in the life of the family of four. The father, the wife, a teenage daughter, a preteen son, and then a younger son that's about 5 or 6 years old. So right away the film lets us know this family have adapted to a life where silence, or being as quiet as possible, revolves around every single aspect of their daily lives. That's one of the things that kind of sucked about the movie going experience. You're sitting there with your popcorn and snacks, and it's so quiet in there that any little bite, any little scuffle of popcorn, or the shaking of the ice in your drink makes so much noise that you feel everybody around you's eyes just looking at you, staring you down, and ready to jump up and tell you to shut up. Also, the vast majority of the communication between family members in the film is done through sign, body language, facial expressions. And I gotta say, the acting was phenomenal. Particularly Jim Halpert, or John Krasinski, and Emily Blunt in the one scene that I'll just call the bathtub scene, because I don't want to spoil it for you. They were able to convey love, concern, fear, happiness, anger. John Krasinski did an awesome job developing these characters, and you just begin to care for them. And almost towards the very end, I'll just say there is a very sad scene. It hits you right here, especially if you got kids. But again though, the acting was just done excellently. I don't even know if that's a word, but excellently sounds right. When the characters were in danger, John Krasinski did an amazing job getting us, the audience, to also feel like we had to stay absolutely quiet when the monsters were around, or else the characters would die, like if it hinged on us. And he did this through an excellent combination of the creature's presence, the use of silence when appropriate, or the score, but most of all, the character's facial acting. I just cannot stress and say it enough. The facial acting in this film is spectacular. I just can't get over it. I mean, damn! I also just want to talk about the ending a little bit, as well as the origin of these creatures, because as I was exiting the theater, I heard people talking about it, and some people were just kind of dissatisfied with the way it ended, and other people were talking about that they wish they knew where these monsters came from. But I will tell you this, I truly believe that those things are not important. So like the fact that we didn't get any information where these creatures come from. Are they alien creatures? Do they come from the ocean? Do they come from another dimension? We don't know anything about that. But here's the thing, that this movie is not about these monsters or these creatures. This movie is about the characters, about the family. And with that said, I really don't believe it matters where the creatures came from. On that note, let's talk about the ending. Of course, without spoiling it for you. Look, I thought it ended perfectly. The story is not about the creatures. It's about the characters and the family and how they treat and love one another in a time that tests and pushes them to their absolute limit. For the ending, I also want to add this. What many people wish we got at the ending, when you think about it, is irrelevant to the story. Would it have been cool to see? Yeah. But what we're shown the split second before the screen goes black gives us everything we need to know about what is going to happen in the next minute or two. So all I'll say is that had we got that scene, it would have been nothing more than just a gratuitous scene. Yeah guys, so in conclusion, I really enjoyed this film. I'm not gonna say it's my favorite horror film, not even of the past 5 years, because I think films like The Conjuring 2 are probably way up there in my horror film list. But this one was different. Those were creepy horror, and these were monster horror. I don't know, but I make that distinction. But it doesn't matter, because in the end, I'm gonna give this film a 9 out of 10. Final judgment. And with that, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. Do not leave without hitting the like button. And of course, if you're a Walking Dead, zombie genre, comic book movie, Game of Thrones, and an all-around film-loving geek, and want to continue getting geekful with me, subscribe. And you can check out some more of my videos right now. Peace out. Shh.
Hey.
Quiet. Shh. Sorry.